Greetings, it's Bronzy. I'm going to be talking about the How to Train Your Dragon remake. So when I went and initially saw the trailer to this movie, I thought, oh great, another live action slop fest that's just going to completely forget what made the original so great and just put in a bunch of bullshit that nobody really cares about. But needless to say, I was very happy with this remake. I thought this was genuinely a perfect remake. Normally, when it comes to these live action remakes, you would think of like Disney and their sloppy ass bullshit that they've done for the last couple of years, where they make a movie, a remake out of something, and then it's just not really a remake. It's just a bunch of new shit that nobody really asked for with a bunch of actors that nobody really cares about. Fortunately, How to Train Your Dragon is a DreamWorks movie, and apparently they know what they're doing. This movie was really good. I give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I thought everything that the original movie did back when it first came out was pretty much in this movie. The original movie was an hour and 38 minutes. This one was 2 hours. So there was stuff that was maybe added or taken out, but I couldn't really tell. All the genuine, like, main parts of How to Train Your Dragon were still here. The acting was really good. I thought the people that they used as the actors for these characters were very good. It felt like the characters had a lot of like kind of cartooniness to them at times. Like even though it's real life people, it felt like between the costume design and just the way that the characters were written, it felt like they were still trying to hold on to that charm of the original, and they did a very good job with that. I'd say my main takeaways for this movie: it's a full one-to-one remake, which some people might not like that, but I like that. I don't like when things are changed. It's a one-to-one remake. The acting is fantastic. Gerard Butler came back to play Hiccup's dad, and he stole the show, in my opinion. He was probably the best character. He fits that role so well. It's really nice to see somebody come back and play the character that they originally played in the original cartoon. That's always cool to see. Also, Nick Frost is in this movie. I know this is kind of like a weird, like random actor to point out, but I didn't even know Nick Frost was in the movie until like the last like 20 minutes of the movie when they zoomed in on his face. He plays the guy who trains Hiccup how to like be a fighter and stuff. And I couldn't tell it was Nick Frost whatsoever. So Nick Frost you'll recognize from like Shaun of the Dead. You know, he's a good English actor. He's a fun guy. It's just out of nowhere, I had no idea he was in it. And I think that was because the costume design was so damn good. Cinematography was really nice. The dragons looked pretty good for being CGI. The movie, as of time of recording, which is Saturday, the week after it came out, it's sitting at 250 million made worldwide. It took about 150 million to make the movie, so I'm assuming it's going to make even more once Lilo and Stitch kind of leaves theaters for a little bit and leaves How to Train Your Dragon in there for like its own run. I think this movie's good enough to warrant a sequel. You know, obviously they have the source material to remake the second one and the third one. I genuinely think the second one's going to be on the way. And if you even look it up, they're talking about possibly doing one by 2027. So I'm hoping for that second movie that Cate Blanchett comes back to play Hiccup's mom. Spoilers if you haven't seen the first movie, his mom's not really dead. I really hope they bring back more actors that I hope there becomes a trend of actors that come back to play their cartoon character counterparts. That would be really nice. I genuinely really like this movie. Normally I'm not a huge fan of like remakes like this, but this one did a really good job. I would say if we're looking back at all the live action remakes Disney has done, I'd say Jungle Book was their first and only really good remake. Other than that, they were all shit from a butt. DreamWorks, 1 for 1 so far. This first one was amazing. I really liked it. I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10. The only thing I would say is a gripe. I think for a lot of people, they might complain that it's a 1-to-1 and what's the point in remaking something if you're not going to add anything to it. I don't really give a fuck about that. I just thought this was a good movie and it was really fun to watch, and me and the wife liked it a lot. So that's all that really matters when it comes down to it. Either way, if you enjoy reviews, if you enjoy just quick recaps and like just how I feel about things, I post these on TikTok and on YouTube, so feel free and follow and subscribe on both of those. I do these all the time as well as gaming videos. So if you're bored and you feel like you need an opinion on a movie before you go, I genuinely try to give my best, just my opinion on things. You know, I'm not paid by anybody, so it doesn't really like, you know, you don't have to worry about somebody telling me what to say. All I know is I like this movie. You should go and see it. It was a fun time. The only thing I wish they would have added, I guess, if I had to nitpick, is I wish there was a little bit more action scenes, because the scenes that we did get of action were pretty good. So I would just like to see more of it. There are moments where like it felt really high octane as well. Like when he's on top of the dragon and they're like soaring down straight to the ground. The camera angle was really good and it made you feel some like, just like a whoa type of feeling. So I genuinely think if there was more of that, this would have been probably a 10 out of 10 movie, and I don't normally give 10 out of 10s for anything. So with that being said, make sure you follow, like, thanks. Love you guys. Bye.